Hello everyone, it's Dwarven Moustache Hobby in here. Yeah, this is the second time I started this video where the camera fell over. Yeah, just as I was zooming in a little bit and stuff and everything, and yeah. But anyway, what's happening here is I got a little bit excited trying to with all the boxes of Perry Miniatures War of the Roses era stuff. And I've already started sort of assembling a lot of them, as you can probably guess. Yeah, this is not all of those boxes assembled. This is about two of each and stuff. So this is before I've got the light horse reinforcements and also any of the archers that I mentioned in the previous video. And yeah, there's a couple of other projects in the background, but yeah. And these guys I'm going to paint them up as Burgundians because I really got into Burgundians trying to research the 100 Years' War, and I just thought they were neat. And I managed to find sort of like a standardized formation with the Burgundians, but in quote marks standardized because it's the medieval period. People sort of didn't quite manage to, fully fit into the formation and stuff. Well, here we go. I'll show off these guys a bit. Yeah, these are some of the first plastic kits I've actually sort of done in like many years. But here's some of the mounted knights. Yeah. I like the kits and stuff. But yeah. Try and get some of the standard and stuff. Yeah, I went for the full body barding for this unit. I made a bit of a mess of trying to assemble the previous unit, not realising that with this set of barding, it's a good idea to put the barding on before you put the rider on. I'd already made one unit before realising that I'd put the rider on before the barding, and it's like, oh, right. But then again, I managed to do this with the second box. But yeah. So those are a dozen men-at-arms. Here's the other dozen. This is the first set. Different sort of barding because you got it's in 4 pieces. You got the sort of it's around the collarbone of the horse, the steed and stuff, and then you got the haunch plates and stuff, and it was just I could fit those around the rider rather than anything, but yeah, standards and stuff. But yeah, apparently all mounted men-at-arms were meant to be equipped with a steed that was fully barded, but apparently some of them sort of lacked barding and stuff, so yeah, there was a bit of a mismatch and stuff. But there's some of the light horses and stuff. There's second unit towards the back there. But yeah, I'll move this guy up forwards. Yeah. Yeah, because there's the swordsman, because there's the standard sword. Standardized formation that it was recommended that forces were that a force was built on, sort of thing. And with these, yeah, there was meant to be one man-at-arms. It was meant to be accompanied by a page who was a non-combatant. There was a swordsman who was normally armed with a lance, a bow, and a sword, of course, and he was mounted. They're counting as the swordsmen, like coutiliers and things. Going to paint them up as Burgundians. Well, it's a Burgundian force, but yeah. And yeah, they're going to be the swordsmen. Apparently, they were also accompanied by 3 mounted archers. I could use the light horse kit that these were made from as mounted archers, but apparently, on numerous occasions, they fought dismounted on foot. So I'm just sort of going to get a load of ordinary sort of infantry archers to fill that quota. The pages weren't. The page wasn't a combatant, so yeah. And then you get. Apparently, you had. This is like per man at arms. You had one man at arms, a swordsman, and a page. 3 mounted again. 3 mounted archers who are going to fight dismounted because that was apparently a usual thing. And then you got was it 1 crossbowman? I put the pavises on. I don't remember any references to whether or not the the crossbowmen usually fielded with pavises, but a lot of them are on the back, and I don't see that it necessarily matters. I can always count them without that, but yeah. And then there's I've got another unit of crossbowmen. Yeah, more crossbowmen there. And they were fielded with, there were also handgunners. Getting my sleeve caught on lancers and stuff. Well, yeah. Really nice kits. You can get quite varied stuff. I built up a couple of boxes of each of these and stuff. Oh, nuts. Dropping them on the floor now. And I've got him caught on my sleeve. And... one moment. There we go. I'm going to have to repair one of the lancers. 2, I think, actually. But yeah. And then there were pikemen. There was 1 pikeman as well in a lance. And apparently there was a full company was 100 lancers. So you had about like 800 troops and stuff. And then there was... the company commander, and then there was a commander for the first 60, and then a commander for the remaining 40. And I'm forgetting the ranks of those, but I can fill it out. I'm still getting all the force and stuff, but yeah, I managed to get here we go, and I managed to get a load of these with the from Perry. And the mounted men-at-arms, came with Charles the Bold. And this is the model that you can get with Charles the Bold. You can't really find many Charles the Bold miniatures about and stuff. But yeah, this is the one, the Perry one that you can only really get with that you can only get, and it's with the wing of mounted men-at-arms. But because I'd got a big batch of the mercenaries, they were kind enough to include a knight preparing and stuff. With Page putting his armour on, paint him up. Not necessarily sure. He might go on a command base. If I'm playing Hail Caesar, once I get to the Hail Caesar, I can probably field him and do a bit of a campsite deal and stuff. But yeah, and I also managed to get in the corner just down here. There is Burgundian light bombard with crew. And I'll paint them up. And I'll move these guys up front for a moment. Because I got these from, was it Hayland Terrain? I got these, sorry, here we go. This is better. Once they're painted up, they should become more familiar, but I try and do the voice. It is the Black Vegetable. Sorry, here we are. Yeah, it's Blackadder from the first series, and there's Baldric with the cunning plan, and Sir Percy. And yeah, I wanted to get it's the witch smeller pursuivant. So he's going to get the streak in his hair, and he's going to look a bit like Albert Finney because that's who he's based on. But yeah, a bit of a note is that I'm planning on building these up. I'm going to painting them up as Burgundians, of course. But I'm a bit of a note on basing and stuff. Well, I've put it on these bases rather than sort of like 4 on a stand or anything like that. I sort of intend to try and double this force up as a Warhammer force, the dreaded Warhammer, and I'm going to field these as a Bretonnian force. If I'm going to be using, was it either 3rd edition or the Old World, they'll probably be more than likely be Bretonnian exiles. That way I can count these guys, and I can count the witch smeller pursuivant as probably a wizard, and I'll repair him in a bit shortly. There's the other one that's fallen on the floor. But yeah, this is the first update, part 2. Yeah, so I am planning on. Yeah, that's the reason for the bases. I'll get like some much like with a lot of my armies, I'm sort of like do the smallest size base, and then get the movement trays that are spaced accordingly and stuff. And yeah, might take a while to sort of set up and stuff on the battlefield, but yeah. Anyway, stay safe, stay groovy.